Put your name in the box below. That seems... There we go. Loading records. Oh, there we go. Oh, I didn't mean to click on this. See if there's anything I need to change before I hop on this. I don't know anything about this game. I think it came out like yesterday. It seemed interesting, so thought I'd check it out, I guess. I don't think I need to check anything else, so I guess we could just jump right into it, low key. Over 2 decades ago, Dr. Iris Kai wrote me a recommendation for an upcoming international security agency. At the time, I was overjoyed just to be on track. Get into a growing field early, do good science while the fires of invention still hot, and dip out with distinction before the coals grew cold. But these days, well, let's put it this way. First time my name showed up as a footnote in cybernetics textbook, called my parents and invited my friends to dinner at my favorite restaurant. Half a year ago, when I got a write-up in the East Coast Medicine Review, I didn't even open the copy they sent me. So when Iris announced her retirement, I assumed that her ennui was a little more advanced than my own. It was a nice party. She was surrounded by friends and co-workers, lauded by her peers and praised by her subordinates. Yet the whole time she looked hollow. Fear of retirement, I theorized. I couldn't have been further from the truth. Stop, the organization I've dedicated my life to. It's always been at the forefront of cybernetics. The bleeding edge, some would say. We took risks, but it was for the greater good. We were grateful to every volunteer and veteran that assisted us. But now they're pushing all the wrong boundaries, taking science, my science, in a cruel new direction that I cannot abide. Because the fruits of my research are being used to experiment on children. I cannot fathom how Stop got so out of hand, but I can find out. I'm not powerless, and the architects behind these new programs aren't fools. If I can present a proper case against this, show them the pain hidden behind the numbers and the suffering they're whitewashing over in pursuit of percentage points, I have hope that things can still be made right. But that hope is dwindling. I thought I granted peace to the world with my research. Maybe all I did was breathe a new Nero. Sorry for messaging you at this hour. Couldn't sleep. Having second thoughts? No. My transfer's already been approved. Next Monday, I'm entering the Youth Training and Development Initiative as a supervisor. But Iris, you've worked with Stop longer than I have. Can you tell me anything about the YTDI? Nothing that'll help you sleep. Well, that's reassuring. I still can't believe this is happening. Stop's full of scientists, not good scientists follow the science wherever it leads, right? And I recall a brilliant researcher concluding years ago that the younger the patient, the better the cybernetic sync rate. But that research was intended for Stop agents, volunteers, heroes if you prefer, not anyone under 18. Well, the higher-ups would beg to differ. They tell you they are providing these trainees with an education and a guaranteed future. Worth an eye or an ear, right? I don't want this to be my legacy, Iris. Where's the greater good in grafting dangerous tech onto children? When Stop was founded, that good was clear. Back when the world was in turmoil, cybernetics were getting slapped onto terrorists and madmen in vet clinics and garages. Stop put an end to that. We put an end to that. And then we kept going, so it wouldn't happen again. Like I said, not the best topic of conversation if you're looking to put your mind at ease. But do try to get some rest anyways. Didiri, from the sounds of it, you have a long week ahead of you. I'll do my best. My honest first impression. This is beautiful. Natural light trickles through frosted glass, enveloping the courtyard below in a warm, soft glow. From the bridge I'm on, I can even see green. Grass, flowers, trees, an oasis of natural beauty, full of life, full of laughing children. I can't help but wonder if I made a wrong turn. There aren't any stark surgical scrubs or hospital gowns. And the air smells clean, not disinfected. But inevitably, my eyes are drawn toward the towering column that pierces the building's center. It's a dark monument, one with few doors, no windows, and a very heavy shadow. My skin prickles. What purpose could... Not lost already, are you? My train of thought's grim path is cut by a short, familiar, husky voice.
Angie, it's wonderful to see you again.
Oh, there's voice acting. Say to you, Didier. As usual, Angie's formal, but I recognize the warmth in her voice. No worries. It's been a long time since we talked face to face. For sure. I didn't think we'd get to work together again. Not every career path's a straight line, right? No, definitely not. Happy as I am to be working with you, I was surprised to learn that you wanted to transfer. I always thought of you as married to the craft of cybernetics and nothing else. I was going to say squeamish. I suppose there's more to me than meets the eye. I suppose there is. I understand you're planning to work a case study on the work behavior of the white CDI. Funny. You're always more interested in theory than application. And again, you've always been a pioneer as well. I mean, it's a new program based on my research. Why wouldn't I observe it? Oh no, I think it's fantastic having you, of all people, here. Going out of your way to help us improve the YTDI is a dream come true for all of us. In fact, no, I don't want to get too deep into the discussion on your first day. Time is valuable, so how about I give you a tour? Oh, well, I did request one, but you don't. No, trust me. There's a lot here, more than we can cover in a day. We should go over the basics. Places, permissions, practice standards, that sort of thing. You'll be better to find your footing than your old colleague. Alright. Where to first? Awesome! I'm not a professional tour guide, but I'd say the courtyard would be the best place to start. Lead the way. So that's why there's so much greenery. Of course, we want our trainees to be as healthy as possible, both physically and mentally. While it may be hard to see the benefits of an MRI, being around trees and plants really does wonders for the brain. For instance, several observers with no age, and I believe you. Actually, I think I feel it myself. I've installed it for all the trainee 6, but if it helps the staff stay sane, it's a nice bonus. Reminds me, you should see the classrooms too. So we'll take the stairs, go through the doors. Oh, after you, of course. And if we just go down this hallway. We're here. Bit of a walk, isn't it? Must be easy to get lost. I suppose. But you'll get used to it. Anyway, this is where the trainees get educated. Oh, and what does that involve? Well, we've got all the core essentials. Math, literacy, self-defense, and phys ed. Pardon? Physical education. No, I mean, self-defense? Oh, don't make that face. It's not that serious. Gym mats and padded gloves and whatnot. At their age, the trainees couldn't even hurt each other if they tried. And do they ever try to hurt each other? The world's a dangerous place. Our trainees know that better than most of their age. The easier we teach them how to protect themselves, the better off they'll be. I suppose you're right. But still all schoolwork and drills. The trainees get to do fun stuff too. I mean, we passed an arts and crafts center just a moment ago. You should see some of the stuff they make in there. We might have the next Mark Rothko or Agus Martin on our hands. Not as if I know who these people are. Fine art was never a subject of mine. Well, I'll have to check it out another time. Yeah. Maybe I'm going about this the wrong way. Want to observe a training for your case study, right? Yes, that's right. At a class coming, should be able to see you at the start of the day. You're suggesting I choose my case study subject right now? Give you a much better idea of what we do see how the training actually go about their day. Come on, look over here. Don't worry, I won't notice this. I'm not preoccupied with writing exercises, it looks like. This is a classroom. I've been in medical libraries before, noise. Well behaved today. You can thank the core curriculum designers for that. Our trainees are showing a 23 increase in memory retention compared to the same age group. Short and long term. That's very impressive, isn't it? The bell could ring right now and they'd still be glued to their work. If this were any other education program, they'd all be fiddling with fine lines, blurring up the clock, doodling in the margins. Like that child over there? Right, that one. He's a bit of an outliner, statistically. Really? But I thought your curricular... Well, it's not 100% effective. Sometimes you get stragglers. But we don't leave them behind. All they need is a little extra motivation. There, the teacher's already taken notice. He's taking him to the front of the classroom. Is he? Is he being yelled at? Yelled at? The teacher may be raising their voice. Hold on, why are the other children going up with him? They didn't do anything wrong. Well, that's the extra motivation I was talking about. All the new trainees get sorted into squadrons. Squadrons? Like soldiers? Like birds, I'd say. They're close knit. We expect such a squadron to fly at a roughly the same pace, so if one underperforms, the entire group is made aware. I know it looks a little inflexible, but they're better off learning these rules early. I'm not sure that... Ah. He smiled at me. Oh. They're supposed to stand perfectly still for a full 5 minutes, so that's... Might have to reinforce. I've made my decision. Oh, good. So which trainee? I want that boy to be my subject. And why him specifically? I can't give a concrete answer. I suppose I'm going with my gut. That's not very scientific. Why didn't we call it an intuition of choice made by one of the world's leading cybernetic researchers? Right. As I said, that particular trainee is something of a statistical outlier. Taking a closer look at him should help him correct any inefficiencies in the program, no? I suppose I can't argue with that. Alright, D. These are his headquarters. You're certain this is the one you want to use for your case study? Again, I've made my decision, Angie. Right. Just wanted to confirm. Trainee CO458. Could you come here, please? I want to introduce you to someone. She's a visitor. One just for you.
Huh?
Huh?
A visitor?
Oh, you also have voice acting. This is a weird game. Try to be quick, though. She's a very busy lady with a lot to get done today. Oh. Wait a minute. You're the lady I saw in class. Indeed she is. What's S4174 doing behind you? Shuri wanted to come, so I let her. What a good friend you are. But this meeting's just for you, CO458. So, S414774, you're free to... Is it that big of a deal, Angie? I don't think there's any harm in meeting its roommate. Right. Why don't you introduce yourself to the lady?
Well, allow me.
Please try to keep it short. We only have so much time.
Nice to meet ya. I'm Pavel.
Why isn't the whole game?
Oh,
voice
most of the
acted?
people here only call me CO458.
If you're gonna have like these little voice lining sections, they might as well just make the whole game be voice acted. Doesn't really make sense for like some parts to be voice acted. Serial number? Standard procedure. That's how we keep database collection unbiased. Plus the first class has had like 3 Emmas and 4 Quins, so... Right. What about you, lady? What's your name? Well, Angie, how do I respond? I've worked for children before. Give them your name, no big deal. Trainees like to call me Dr. Angie. Got it. And you call me Dr. Dediri if you want. Dr. Dediri? Dr. Dediri. Dr. Dediri! That's a nice name. Has anyone ever told you that? No, not recently. Oh! You want to introduce yourself too? Well, the floor is all yours. Hello. I'm, Shira. You got this, Shiri. Look, Dr. Dediri is waving to you. Shiri is my roommate. Normally we stick together. If I'm around, chances are she is too. I see. You two close? Oh, we're besties. We never go anywhere without each other. Except for class. I wish we were in different squads. Hey, D. Sorry to butt in, but I'm afraid we don't have all the time in the world. Unless you want to skip out on the research labs for today. No, I do want to see him. Let me just wrap up here. It's lovely to meet you, CO458. Sorry, next week I'll be interviewing you. Interviewing me? About what? Yes, haven't decided quite yet. But I think I'd like to talk to you about your hobbies, classmates, future, lots of things like that. Oh, I can do that. But I'm confused. I mean, that's a good question. So I picked you specifically. And why did you pick me specifically? That's the word. Well, you stood out in class. I saw you and I thought you'd be interesting to talk to. Makes sense. My teacher says I'm like a dandelion in a field full of roses. That's one way of putting it. But wait, what about your friend? I promise she won't be lonely. I haven't been around in so long. Back to playing. Did I guess right? Thank God.
Sound reasonable?
Yeah. It's a deal.
It's a deal. Sorry if I rushed you a bit back there. I just realized I might have come off as grouchy earlier. It's just, we've been working a lot of hours lately. It wears on you, you know? Oh no, Angie, I get it. It's not like I was much better in the past. God, don't remind me. When you were taking lead on artificial spleen development, it's like you were in a trance. If I give you one little tap on the shoulder, you snap up like a cobra on no break. Yes, I remember how you put it. Those were long days. By the time we pushed through, I never wanted to see another culture sample as long as I lived. Here. So, Angie, about those research labs. Right. From here, the fastest route would be... Case study reports. May 13th, 2070 something. Initial supervisory report. Though it had been advertised as a youth education program, it is now in my understanding that the purpose of the Youth Training and Development Initiative is to prepare its trainees for cybernetic enhancement and eventual employment within STOP. While it is known that biotech synchronization rates are inversely correlated to age, side effects on individuals below 18 are not full understood at this time. It may be more severe than it would be on an adult-minded body. Furthermore, I have ethical concerns about the purpose of the program and how its participants are selected. As supervisor, it is my attempt to observe the YTDI's operations and ensure that the health and the well-being of its trainees are properly upheld. As part of my duties, I intend on engaging in a focused case study of trainee CO458 to observe his development under the YTDI's curriculum. For complex purposes, our one-on-ones will be recorded. Dr. Dediri Destrange. Interesting name. June 13, 2070 something. Use your mouse to explore Dediri's desk when your cursor changes into an object. Oh! Backstory time. Okay. This is the only thing that's going right now. Ensure Dediri's report. Once Dediri's case study is finished, she'll send these documents to STOP's higher-ups. She hopes her findings will shut the YTDI down. This report makes the 1 month point of trainee CO458's case study. In this time, I have observed several facets of the YTDI's operations, and now I believe that I have a firm grasp of the day-to-day activities of the trainees. The majority of trainees selected for the YTDI come from orphanages. Upon arrival at the YTDI, trainees are separated into squads similar to ones utilized by STOP. Formal education takes place entirely within the squads and involves tuition in literacy, mathematics, self-defense, etc. Inside of the classroom, trainees have access to several extracurricular activities, including craft work, sports, and video games. These activities are beneficial for fostering bonds and growth between children. I find it notable that they overlap with activities undertaken by STOP operatives in the recovery period after the implantation of new cybernetics. Sewing for anti-coordination, video games for reaction speed, etc. The standard of care appears to be at least sufficient. CO458 has expressed a significant improvement over his previous lodgings. Still, I have questions to raise with Dr. Tan later. Dr. Didier Destrange. Like many academics, Didier has thought about herself. Whether around it is where she writes down. I got a diary. June 6, 2077. Part of me just wants my thoughts to flow freely. Then to paper would have to do for now. Besides, that blue light was making my eyes ache. Trainees are all orphans. I'm not surprised. But I am surprised that the YTDI isn't much different from a standard boarding school. Military dressing aside. Compared to how Stop's first few batches of field leaders were housed, the accommodations here are downright luxurious. Still, that's comparing volunteer soldiers to abandoned children. Strange analogy to put it mildly. For some reason, the trainees' meals consist of lab script and only lab script. Why? Sure, the lab script contains all the nutrients they need to grow healthy and strong, but it's intended for typical in vivo test subjects. I've seen the sides of the budgets that Stop works with. We can definitely afford to feed these children real food. At least the education is world class. Clearly, Stop spending was put to good use after that. There. One time, Angie took me to a literacy lesson. Oops. Oh, I can save. I didn't even know that. I be forgetting I can save in these games. I just be too locked into the story. Out of the blue, she asked a trainee to recite part of King Lear, and the girl belted it out like it was on a switch. I don't know how useful that skill is, but it was definitely impressive. At that time, the two of us watched as the teacher taught Swatch and Field from some someone eats this mushroom. If someone eats this mushroom, how would you counteract its effects with holding the eyes in their bags? How long do they have before they wear waist clothes? It's intense to say the least. At times, the teachers felt more like threats. The building itself was massive, immaculate. Particularly sparkling. If my shoes strike dirt as I walk in, it's wiped away by the time I walk out. Even Stop headquarters doesn't antagonize overcome instance. So as to show that much care for the trainees themselves, that boy CO458. For formal reasons, I can't mention him in board sessions, but I know his name is Pavel. He's taking his name necessary. They ain't that concerned about observer bias. He's an orphan. His name might be the only thing his parents ever gave him. I scrolled away like something dirty, a stain to be removed. Boy's lonely too. Yes, Shariah, but she isn't part of the squadron. It's pre-assigned social group. Squad mates exclude out. His squad mates exclude him outside of class. They don't let him play with them. So C04, I'm just gonna call him 458. 458 is often in the arts and crafts center, sewing or knitting by himself. It's not much better in class. Kids roll their eyes when he's paired up with him for his tasks. Sometimes they'll go behind his back and ask the teacher if it's wrong for anyone else. Thankfully, the teacher's never been inside. See it to 458's squad mates, but that hasn't stopped them from asking anyways. I think a lot of this could be solved if the kids weren't pitted against one another. All the trainees have their hobbies, but 458 doesn't have much else. You know, like superheroes, so I'll bring up some comics from the YTDI's library. Knowing Stop, I suspect the books there are vetted. There's a chance I might find something that'll make him smile. Maybe I can use it to even teach him. It certainly doesn't seem like any of his actual teachers are interested in personalizing the learning experience. Oh, I also brought a pack of stickers for him. Do children his age think grape stickers are cool? What am I doing? No child psychologist. Couldn't even qualify as a pedestrian. Couldn't even qualify as a. I actually cannot read. I can't speak or read. I really jumped into the deep end with this case study, didn't I? If it weren't for senior Stop staff, I'd probably be sacked by now. 8th grade is late. Maybe Orange is the way to go. God, I don't know anymore. Guess there's only one way to find out. I never realized how bad it was until like now. An old PC may take below. This is where the dairy keeps recording videos for kids to. Am I gonna watch an interview? One of the interviews. There. Interview 458. June 12th, 2070 something.
All right, CO458, I've started recording. Before you fall over from all that wiggling.
Is this whole part of voice acting?
Okay.
It is. Good, I need a break. Oh, nope, no it's not. Bro, why don't they just voice act this whole thing? This is so annoying. I'm just super excited. I'm glad to hear that. But you can relax. We're just talking today. Really? My cheeks are numb from all that grinning. I can imagine. In fact, I think I did the same in my school photos. You did? I guess so. Though I stopped because it made me look like a dork. Oh, you're one to talk. Anyways, that's pretty harsh. How do I? You still kind of do. Okay. Have you ever been called something like that before? Dork? No, never. Well, maybe a few times. But the other kids don't know anything, so it's their loss. What don't they do? When I grow up, I'm gonna be super famous and super pretty, and I'm gonna have billions of friends. I'll cross my fingers for you. Anyways, we're starting to veer off topic, and I only have so much time, so why don't I ask you some things? Hey, what do you want to know? For today, I have 3 questions. Quiz, huh? Okay, I'm ready to go. Great. Then let me just skip my paper. Oh, I skipped too far ahead. There we go. First question: how did you come to join the YTDI? What do you mean? I mean, before you became a trainee, where did you live? Well, I lived in an orphanage. Oh. And what was that like? I don't remember much, but it was pretty lonely. There weren't many others there? No, there was a bunch of us. But we all shared rooms and beds and the adults' attention. So you weren't treated as individual? Yeah, I wasn't. A lot of us ran around and it was pretty noisy, but I was always bored. When it wasn't mealtime, school time, or chore time, I was stuck in the common room with most of the others. And we had to share so much, we fought all the time. Really? Yeah. Like one time I wanted to play with the Scrabble board, but another girl said I couldn't have it because all I did was trace the board's grid with my fingers. So I said to her, "Nuh-uh, that's how you play Scrabble. And then she says, "You're always doing stuff wrong." And then I made a face at her. And then she pulled my hair. And then, I'm assuming you both got in trouble? Yeah. I scratched her and she started crying. So I got punished. I found the rule book later. She was right. I was playing the game wrong. I said sorry, but the way I played was fun too. Interesting. How were you picked for the YTDI? You seem different from the other trainees. At least compared to the others in your squadron. I don't know. One day, these people in white clothes came into the orphanage. They didn't want to play or talk or anything. They just wanted to watch us for a week, so... Then this loud person told me and a bunch of other kids that we had a bright future ahead of us. Then they brought us all here. Must have come from a world away, huh? I don't think so. I fell asleep on the bus because I couldn't sleep the night before. But when we got here, it wasn't even lunchtime. I see. Let's move on to the next question. Are you getting along with your squadron? We're all supposed to get along with our squadron. Guess that lines up with what Angie told me. But it's okay. You can be honest with me. Okay. Most of my squad mates are boring apple polishers. They hate me just because the teachers get mad at me and make us stay in class for an extra 10 minutes. It's not my fault the class is dull. It's not like my duels are bothering anyone. Did you know any of your squad mates back at the orphanage? No. For some reason, I was put in a different squad from everyone else I knew. Squad sorting must have been done randomly, trying to avoid pre-established social grouping. Sorry, I just had to jot something down. What about your roommate? What do you think of her? Roommate? Oh, you mean Sherry? Well, she's quiet most of the time. Once you get to know her, she's really smart and kind. And most importantly, she's my best friend. You told me that when you introduced me to her. Yep. She's also my first friend. And I guess my only one. When class is done, we talk about whatever we want and do things together. Oh, and she teaches me all kinds of stuff. Tutoring? Like, a few weeks ago, she taught me how to do my hair. Huh. So that's why you have a headband there. Mm-hmm. I wear it all the time now. Is there anything else you do together? Filling in coloring books, playing Merrimack or A Sailor Went to Sea. Oh, and you read. Though Shira's way better than me at it. Like, way better. I heard the teacher say she was 2 reading levels above the rest of her squad. Wow, that's genuinely impressive. I know, right? She's so cool. Which brings me to my third and final question. Shira's not around. What do you like doing in your spare time? Sewing and knitting. When it's break time, I go to the arts and crafts room and make stuff. So far, I've made a placemat, a headband, and a scarf. I can show you sometime if you want. Maybe another time. Okay, just let me know when you change your mind. Actually, there's one more thing I like doing. But did you say it's not proper? Shoot. The words right on the top of my tongue. No, it starts with an L. Is it literature? Yep, that's the one. Anyways, I like reading comics. There's a lot less words in Shira's books, but they're filled with cool pictures. Wish my art was that cool. You know what they say, right? Art is makes perfect. You keep going, you'll get where you need to be. I'm one step ahead of you. That's why I doodle in class. So I can get good fast. Hey, that kind of rhymed. Is there anything else you enjoy doing? Well, there are lots of stuff I want to try, but class and homework's always in the way. Ugh. I'm sorry. Hope you can get more free time in the future. Yeah, me too. So, that's all the questions I have. I think I'm comfortable stopping here. You're leaving already? Yes, I'm afraid I'm still playing catch up with work. Playing? No. You know how you have your class. Oh, I get it. You got homework too, huh? You seem like a very busy lady, Dr. Diduri. Or something usual. But I should have enough time to pick up my Scrabble board. You have a Scrabble board? I do, right in my basement. Or was it in storage? Either way, I'll find it. And we can play it whichever way you want. Really? Mm-hmm. Shouldn't underestimate me, though. Talking to a Scrabble champion. Or an ex-champion. It's been a bit since I played. Whoa! A Scrabble champion. I really do have to go now. But here, please take this. It's a thank you of sorts. Whoa, what's this? It's a special kind of sticker. If you scratch it. Whoa! It smells like grapes! Yeah, it sure does. Is it, Thank you, Dr. Diduri. And, thank you for talking with me.
I'll see you next week, yes?
Keep bringing in awesome stuff like this, and I'll talk to you every day.
This throws me off. What else do I need to look at? Did I look at this? My phone. Sometimes Didiri's needs Iris to lend her a earpiece. We finna call her up. Craft Center was nice. I mean, that's gonna be a good sign, right? A good sign and a good thing are different matters. Come on, help me out here. Help isn't what you're texting me for, is it? Besides, I'm more concerned about the militaristic conditions you're in. That can change. Yet every time you critique some part of YTDI, Dr. Tan seems to resist. Angie's pretty, always been rigid. She's not a bad person. Just not the bugs. Dr. Tan is an associate director. She's been around for so long that she writes the book. No one is forcing her to stay where she is. We easily fill in her shoes, Iris. Not with her struggles. Never worked directly with Tan, and I know her reputation. She's gotta save your place. That's dangerous. What? She just wants to help you. I'm sure she believes that, but she works in cybernetics. When you're holding a hammer, everything looks like a nail. When you're holding a hammer, everything looks like a nail. You haven't seen her with the trainees. Every time you pass by a couple of them, she smiles and waves, asks how they're doing. They give her the biggest, sweetest smiles back. Don't do that to the other researchers. Dearie, she's my friend, Iris. One of the brightest people I know. Maybe the best for your generation. So why are you looking away from the truth? You see it in the lab script, the classrooms, the Penelope, the con. You don't understand your trust, or know that stuff for that matter. They've given their stamp of approval for all this, and it smells rotten. We can heal from that rot, if you say so. I just want to have faith in the colleagues and the friends I've worked with for years. Made the market safest it's been in decades, so I'm positive that things will get better. Angie included. Even at Gene is getting changed in life stories nowadays. That's why the case study needs to go on. I won't make things. Right? What you want to discuss? You know that training I chose to work with for my case study? Or if I may. I brought him a gravestone and sticker the other day. He loved it. Well, I take back what I said. It's all rosy over there. From the bridge, I gaze below at the courtyard. As the sun begins to set, it beams softly tint the YTDI's walls and floors a pale orange. It's comforting. Even the black of the pillar in the center of the room looks warmer than usual. Warren. I never thought I'd see the YTDI that way. It's worlds apart from my first impression of it a month ago. 30 days of observing classes, conducting interviews, and writing notes. It felt like seconds. Wonder if it's my age. The older I've grown, the quicker time passes. Summer, fall, winter, spring, all of it passing by while I musing over my impending mortality won't get me anywhere. But the YTDI really does look warm now. If there wasn't other people in the building, I'd go down to the ground floor and take a nap in the grass. Right now, I'm sure some of the trainees are doing the same. Children shouldn't have cybernetics or lab script diets. The YTDI isn't upfront to my research. Any sane person would agree with me. That's why I'm doing everything I can to shut it down, behind the backs of the people who run this program. But I can't object to giving unwanted children, a home, an education, a guaranteed future. They don't have to hunt for scraps or wake up every morning and search for shelter over their heads. As long as they stay here, the YTDI. D. Once again, Angie's voice cuts my thoughts short. Did I interrupt something? You're looking pretty contemplative. Oh, no, it's nothing. Could have fooled me. Am I that easy to read, Angie? Far from it. I need a lot of practice. Guess you've had plenty of opportunities to do so. So, what can I do for you? Oh, nothing. It's nothing work related. Not like I have training info to give you anyway. I just want a chance to catch up. You've been here for what, a month now? Would you look at that? 1 month exactly. Lucky guess. You want to take a stroll? They say walking and talking gets the blood flowing. Talking gets the blood flowing? More than standing here and staring at nothing. Come on. We've got a lot of catching up to do, huh? We began to walk around the bridge's perimeter. Our pace is slow, aimless, lazy, even. Our conversation is just as meandering. See any films lately? Any takeout plans you recommend? I know mud aren't not your thing, but I think if you enjoy this exhibit, and if you don't, you can pick up where we have dinner next time. As we chat, my whole body relaxes. It was like this in the beginning, waiting outside of Staub's headquarters, excited to take Angie out for our pre-weekend burgers and shakes. We were young, and the world didn't make sense, but our work did. Hey, D. D. I hear Angie calling my name. And my mind snaps back to focus. Something wrong? No, nothing. I was just wondering if you're ready to, you know, bring up what was going on earlier. Oh, that. No pressure. If you're not up to it, no, I am. I just, wait a moment. Take all the time you need. Take a deep breath to think about how to approach this. Actually, can I ask you a question? As a friend? Go ahead. I'm all ears. Why'd you end up working for the YTDI? That's a big question. It's one that's been on my mind a lot lately. You saw that classified file, right? Pardon me? The one with the summary. How do you know about that? Disgruntled employee blew up at us a few months back. Swiped a bunch of files I had taken out of context. Tried to shop them out to anyone who listened. This is around when you were first curious about the YTDI, right? Yes. People asked me if I knew about it. Of course, at the time, have the full picture. You know those animal rights groups? The ones with the ridiculous PR teams? They demonize undergrads for dissecting rats. Bust the web with oversaturated, gory photos, sensitized blog posts, social media campaigns, the works. Cherry pick their information to make normal scientists look vile, make themselves look heroic. But those lab researchers care for these animals like they were their own pets. There's piles of paperwork, elaborate ongoing procedures, frequent inspections on their welfare. Even on a particular level, they discourage their suffering. There aren't any rats at this facility, Angie. Of course not. Just wanted to make an analogy. You know, people exaggerating things and all that. Okay. Then I apologize for it. No, I'm glad you pointed it out. Don't want you to take anything I said the wrong way. You're gonna tell me why you joined the YTDI? Right. We went off topic, didn't we? Everyone has the right to a bright future. Most of the trainees didn't come from pleasant backgrounds. All of them were orphans. Many of them lived in places that couldn't even feed them for once a day. So if Stop hadn't intervened, their futures would have been... Well, that's why I think the YTDI has potential, you know? It provides those trainings with housing, a community, a secure life. And by giving them a secure life, the YTDI will prevent future crimes. So in the long term, the YTDI will contribute to Stop's raison d'etre. Exactly. And in the short term, we're changing these trainees' lives for the better. Still, seeing children receive cybernetic enhancements, it doesn't sit right with me. I understand. You don't want to be remembered as the mother of cyber children, do you? I didn't have anything to say to that. She's spot on. We don't do anything here for fickle reasons. Subjects are ever only cybernetically enhanced if we feel the need. Their quality of life needs to be improved. That file you saw, all those photos, every one of those children were physically disabled. But I saw there was a blog, trainee 02145, I remember. Anophthalmia. Her poor vision caused her to struggle in class, so we gave her a new eye. Now her essays are on par with some of the top students in her squadron. I see. Some of the trainees came here with congenital defects. Others with injuries from horrible accidents. I've only used cybernetics to level the playing field between them and their able squad mates. My shoulders feel lighter. My brow unfurrows. I'm relieved to hear that. I'm relieved to know that my legacy isn't completely tarnished. Why are you getting so close to me? What did you just do? I want you to know, if you have any concerns, you can always talk to me. Or just vent, if it's after hours. Almost feels like old times. Yeah, we're practically kids again. Hey, when I got to the arts and crafts room? Wait, isn't that for trainees? So? Most of them are in their rooms right now. Even if that's true, you know I'm not oh, D. I'm not expecting the next cloud gate or anything. It's just to decompress. Fine. I'll come. Yes. In return, I get to pick the restaurant for dinner. Oh, so we're eating out again? Just like old times. Just like old times indeed. Things started recording. Regular conversations with 458 have continued. The church, Serenades classroom. 458 has been inquisitive and willing to cooperate with my study in our one-on-one interactions. It's my firm belief that 458's intelligence is not below the norm, and that the teaching methods used by the YTDI are insufficient to engage. What his instructors have labeled as acting out appears to instead be expression of boredom. Considering the number of children the YTDI has under its roof, I do not believe that 458 is the only training having difficulty with their assignments. I have noted that his squad's instructors rarely encourage creative solution tasks. Instead, prefer completion tasks to a set. Standard-based teaching methods often produce results that look good on a spreadsheet. They rarely result in significant information retention or will develop critical thinking skills. On top of this, children with learning disorders are often left behind. What worries me is that 458's antics often result in his entire class being punished for his actions. The intent behind this punishment is to emphasize that the squad is failure on one member's part. Perhaps this is successful in other squads, but in 458's case, they all seem to manage to do. All they seem to manage to do is other him from his peers. That's a degree strange. August 12th. I wasn't prepared for the number of trainees who were happy to be at YTDI. The number of trainees who were overjoyed just because they had clean clothes and sheets. Money doesn't necessarily buy quality, but stop really isn't cheaping out their schooling and boarding. Throwing money at the program, even the staff sometimes treat their trainees carefully. Trainees are given a rigorous curriculum, math literacy, physical education, and self-defense. But the instruction is correct. I'm not a teacher, but I know that I only learned to love science because a physics teacher told me I would be a good fit for a club. She had to show me personal attention. What did I do? No, I'm not a person with Dr. Destrange. One time, I watched 458 and his squadron line up to receive the results of their grammar It wasn't hard for me to guess how well each trainee did. Some shied away from their squad mates. Others threw their heads back in relief. When 458 arrived at the front of the line. What? I have to do another makeup quiz. But I studied really hard this time. Not hard enough, I'm afraid. Rules will start at the time our rooms. See you then. No. I'm gonna get away in my crafting time. Why can't it be? There's no point in throwing a tantrum. You're going to take the makeup quiz as at the time I said, whether you like it or not. Now go. It's rude to hold up the rest of your squadron. Again. Alright, 10-minute edit. Line up against the white. Quiet. 458. You'll be As 458 dragged his feet to the front of the classroom, watched the trainees. Some of them rolled their eyes at him. Others gave him a bitter glare. Given the way the teachers pitted the trainees against 458, I wasn't surprised they disliked him. To them, he was dead weight to their squadron, an underperforming troublemaker. To me, he was seeing no one help him, left an indescribable emptiness in my chest. Children like him aren't dumb. If you treat them this way, they'll learn that their performance determines their worth as a working person. Young college students who found that work and responsibility overwhelming. These trainings are elementary schoolers. They need coaching to get things through to them. Frankly, I'm surprised there aren't more stragglers. Bagnos, the YTDI, is a new program. STOP is an educational organization. Growing pains are part of the core. Angie's been listening to my criticisms. She's not stoned, but she's defensive and practiced that. She's always ready to fire on scientific in response. Half of the trainees were illiterate before they came in. Now 98% are performing above metrics. While I ask about my own suggestions for the YTDI, she claims they're in the queue to be heard. That there's a long chain of command to go through. She is listening to me. Except when it comes to the use of cybernetics. Angie says they're helping disabled trainees. She brushes off the side effects as easily as if they were discussing fringe theories in classroom. Whenever she does, I can't help but wonder, how are trainees coping with technology grafted to their bodies? They ask for these enhancements. Do I want my research to be associated with these procedures? Well, I'll try to be patient with Angie for now. Convincing people takes time. Besides, the YCDI has other problems. Trainees sleep in that work. No matter where their rooms are, there'll be guards and cameras peering inside. Games, books, and shows. They have limited access to. Are limited to their themes. I've seen more than one trainee tense up whenever I pass by the rooms window. I'm sure the staff is useful too. The guards eat their meals while they're on duty. The teacher's curriculum are stringent. That's one of the researchers can see their screens and ignore what's in front of them. Stop once they're on boarding school division or JRTC. ROTC program more power to them. I wish the YCDI wasn't so caviar with cybernetics, overbearing with security measures, draconian with education. I don't know. The more I think about it, the less I want to write. Well, Angie was right about my suggestions being the key. This dreadful feeling that change won't come soon enough.
Oh, the video camera wasn't on.
Oopsie. Guess the world will never know the results of our grand Scrattle match, huh?
It's quite a shame. Your skills have improved tremendously. But I lost again. Well, I was a Scrattle champion. You just learned this rule set a couple weeks ago. I mean it. You are very good. I think you can go toe-to-toe with Shira now. Oh, have you foolish adults finally reevaluated my reading ability? Oh, wait. I don't think Shira knows how to play Scrabble. Could you teach her? From what you told me, I think she'd also make a wonderful player. Maybe. I don't know if I'll have the time, you know? What do you mean? Did, something happen? Can I tell you a secret? Okay. So my teacher asked me to stay behind in class. I thought he had spotted me drawing again, but he told me I didn't have to study anymore. So one of the researchers had talked to him. That's strange. What did they tell him? Well, they said, I'm gonna go through my first processing. Processing? What is that? I don't know. None of us know. I mean, I know that everyone gets processed eventually, and that process trainees graduate, and that when you graduate, you leave the initiative. That's rather vague. That's what I said. They must be hiding something. I don't know what's gonna happen to me. When I think about it at night, I can't sleep. It makes my skin all prickly. But you wanna know what's really strange? None of my squad mates are getting processed with me. Is that unusual? Yeah. We always see other trainees leave for processings in groups of 2 or 3 or 4. Never one. 4 or 5. I'm not stupid. I know why I was picked. It's because I doodle in class. Because I forget my homework. Because when it's time for group projects, none of my squad mates want to work with me. And because whenever I try to talk to someone, they always act so tired. My squad, the other trainees, even my teachers, I know they want me processed. I sense it even when they don't speak to me. It's because they all hate me. I don't think that's true. Shira doesn't hate you. She's in a different squad. She doesn't have to be around me when we do class. She was always getting punished because of me. Well, I like you too. How about that? You're just saying that because you're a case study thing. No. No. I mean it. You're a talented artist. Your excitement is infectious. You're much smarter than people give you credit for. And I think you're lovely just the way you are. Can I ask you something? Go right ahead. Could you visit me as soon as my first processing is over? Of course. I mean, my case study requires it. Pinky swear? Pinky swear. And if you break your promise, you can break my finger? Huh? Really? No, that's not how. Please don't. But I'll come back for you no matter what.
I promise.
Okay, now we gotta go here. Did you sense anything from your talks with Tan? From what I can read, she's far from honest. And she's a with some zealots. She's a brilliant scientist and a dear friend. Just need more time to get her on my side. It's been 3 months. When I said she was frigid, I wasn't kidding. But you know, talking to her made me think. If we build the YTDI from the inside out, it could be a net positive for children everywhere. 4 months ago, you were afraid the YTDI would leave you with a foul legacy. That your research on cybernetic syncs raised would make you this mother of cyber children. Now you want to rebuild the YTDI? If they got rid of the cybernetics, I'm confident that stop would turn YTDI into a competent institution. Competent institutions don't feed kids lab server. I'm not going to burn everything down for a better future. It's not incompatible with what you want. Think to degree. Stop is a security organization, not a charity. They offer peace of mind for sale. They do anything to keep world leaders lining for their pockets. Why else would they be enhancing children except for their own benefit? They only give cybernetics to physically disabled trainees. I doubt those trainees asked for them. Arguing is unproductive like this. Look, let's say the YTDI was shut down tomorrow, like you clearly wanted to. Where would all the trainees go? Who else would take all the resources, have the resources to take them all in? Stop didn't make the YTDI with kind intentions. I can tell you that much. Don't be so spiritual. Don't be so blind. Your research built the foundations for this program. I know. Then speak up. Oh, what's this? I didn't see this before. What is this? Interview with S1474. Oh, this is the quiet girl. Thank you for speaking with me. I'm sorry, by the way, about how all sudden all this is. It's okay. I always do my homework tomorrow morning, though I might not finish before class starts. Teachers already know about your interview. They agreed to give you an extension. I didn't know they gave extensions. They've never given them before? No. In my squad, we're supposed to move at the same pace as each other. Like a flock of birds, right? So an extension for someone who falls behind is, from what you told me. From what your teacher told me, you seem like the leader among your squadron. I get the impression that they didn't expect a missed assignment to deter you. Does that make you feel better? Good. Then please introduce yourself. My name is Trainee S4174. You told me your name the first day we met. Why not now? I don't want 458 to feel alone. I see. Oh, the music just got loud all of a sudden. What was your life like before you joined YTDI? You don't have to talk about anything that makes you uncomfortable. It was very far away from here. I see. Thank you. I'll move on. Question 2. Are you getting along with your squadron? Honestly? Please. Honestly, I feel like I'm trapped inside glass. My squad mates see me. They know I exist, but they don't know how to reach me. To be honest, I don't know how to reach them either. It probably doesn't help that they're weirded out by my arm. None of my squad mates are missing anything. doesn't stop kids in other squads from getting along. Maybe there's something wrong with me. Maybe it's that lady, the one with the messy hair and the dangling earrings. I mean, Angie, Dr. Tan. What is she? She likes to meet me after class, ask me how I'm doing with homework, have me write or carry a few things for a few minutes. Sometimes she'll take a roll of measuring tape and wrap it around my arm. If I do well, she'll pat my head and give me candy. I thought that candy was practically contraband around here. I don't mind any of that, but every time Dr. Angie takes me aside, she tells me and my teachers. Every time Dr. Angie takes me aside, she and my teachers tell my squadmates to follow my example. And I think some of them are jealous of that. And how do you feel about it? Sick to my stomach. I don't like working. I don't like being in the spotlight. Call me a hard worker when I'm trying to escape notice, trying to avoid arguments, fights, the other kids. My squadmates drag me into their mess anyways. They want Dr. Angie's attention. They want to be praised. They want candy and they all want to be someone's favorite. My class scares me, Dr. Dadiri. We don't have to talk about them anymore if you don't want to. Please. Well then, what do you think of 458? 458. I like him. He's my best friend. Tell me the same thing. That makes me really happy. When I first came to the YTDI, he was my assigned roommate. As soon as I entered my dorm, he marched over and swung his hand out to greet me. He had this big, goofy grin on his face. I've seen it before. Strangers that act friendly. Bad people with fake smiles that are trying to get something from you. And I didn't know what he wanted from me. So for the first few weeks, I tried to avoid him as much as possible. Finding a quiet corner in the library, hiding in the bush in the middle of the courtyard. Thought he'd get tired of it for a couple of days. But somehow, he'd always find me. One day I couldn't stand it anymore. So I just asked him, "Why do you keep bugging me?" And you know what he told me? "You look lonely. I want to be your friend." He wasn't hiding anything. He didn't want anything from me. Somehow I could tell he was just sincere. That's how you two became close. After that, I stuck with 458 whenever I could, playing games with him, writing stories together. Sometimes we just sit in silence and read books from the library. I owe a lot to 458. Because of him, my dorm's the one place I don't feel like I'm walking on eggshells. But is there something wrong? The camera. It's a standard model. Video but no audio. There's no need to worry. Won't pick up anything we say. Really? But in class, we're told they have microphones. Some of them do, technically. But the mic's limited in range, so we'll record poor quality sound. Since fixing poor sound is expensive and time consuming, Stop usually keeps the mics off. I see. Do you want to continue? I'm worried about 458. You've been watching over him, right? Yes. So you see how they treat him in class? Yes. If you stay a bad student, you'll get a nasty punishment. One that'll change your life forever. That's what everyone whispers. When I first heard the rumor, I was terrified. I didn't want 458 too. Not after everything he did for me. So, I tried helping him after school. I taught him how to concentrate in boring classes. Fake it. We read through textbooks together. I even wrote him sheets of study notes. No matter how hard he tried to get better, he kept getting picked on. Even though he was improving, they kept singling him out and then he told me he was getting processed. Do you know what that means? No. But after he said it, he didn't want to look at me anymore. They took him away last week. Without him, everything's so quiet. He's now flipping through comic books, scribbling on his desk, rummaging through my box of hairnets. Am I a bad friend for thinking that he's being punished right now? I wish I knew what to say. Aren't you a doctor? Don't you know what's happening to him? I'm sorry. I'm as much in the dark as you are. But knowing 458, I'm sure it's okay. He's a strong boy. You think so? I know so. He is the center of my case study after all. I hope you're right. I think I'll conclude our interview here. You look tired. Do I? Honestly, you look like you're about to fall asleep. Maybe. Would a parting gift help cheer you up? I have a pack of scented stickers. Here, choose whichever one you want. Thank you, but I'll be alright. You really don't want one? I thought they were cool. Don't worry about me. Dr. Angie has me covered. Save them for Pavel. Okay. What else do I need to click on? Did I click on this yet? Focus study of 458 is on whole web subject undergoes processing. Observations of 458's former squad has continued in meantime. Below to report. Without 458's presence, class time is quiet and proceeds evenly. He conducted short interviews with trainees in his cohort. Anxiety about future graduations is high. Currently seeking clearance to visit 458 in recovery. Will update after I have an opportunity to do so. Dr. Strange. Where could 458 have gone? Security board told me that it would be at least another week before he'd return. Of course, didn't mention anything about processing. Sounds scientific, but it could mean practically anything. And if it happens to advise cybernetics, there's only so much they can do before puberty. It should be minor, maybe even. My am I still trying to rationalize this? I've deterred to stop and all of his excuses, and despite having the proof right in front of me, they want to use my research to modify children. Why? I don't know. Frankly, it doesn't matter. If the YTDI was really good at serving the greater good, why have Angie and her coworkers acted so evasive, so secretive? I can't afford to be humble or gracious or cowardly anymore. I know more about cybernetics than every other researcher in their department put together. Yet, I've allowed myself to be cowed, or co-ed. I acted respectably, never caused a scene because I cared so much about refusing stop than doing the right thing. Can't look away anymore, so they shouldn't be able to either. I'll finish my reports. Thrusting in their faces made them see what they wrong. I'll be diplomatic even if it meant biting my tongue. Now I'll write this. All cybernetics have limitations. If 458 is being modified, the most they could do is enhance its optic nerves. Still invasive and persuasive, but once he's endured the anesthesia and intense PT regimens, it won't ultimately affect his daily life. They want to risk harming a valuable young subject with anything more extreme. Hopefully the worst will be over soon. 458 is still alive. Once he's gone through processing, I'll make every effort to place him in an environment better suited for a child his age. First, I need to think of an appropriate recovery gift. Something I can fit in my lab coat pockets. Phone. He's in processing. I won't get to see him for another week. I thought there'd be more time. He's still so small. Is there anything you know about processing, Iris? Please tell me it's only skin deep. I'm sorry. I never oversee any of the projects directly. By the time the YTDI was founded, I was already on the way out. Surely you have something on this, Iris. I know you. You keep tabs on everything. Not on this one. Processing is kept under especially tight wraps at the YTDI. As you guessed, it is a step related to cybernetic enhancement, but beyond that, I should have done something. I should have used my authority, my expertise to intervene before it was too late. Instead, I just stood on the sidelines. Never even raised my voice. I know I've been critical sometimes, harsh even, but I think this would have gone ahead anyways, no matter what you did. Really? My impression of these people, definitely. How encouraging. Listen. I was given a polite exit, but your name still carries weight as stop. Your case study is compelling and detailed. I have no doubt that little boy is going to be more than happy to see you again. Sit out of there. You just need to save your strength for the right time. When that time comes, don't take no for an answer. Thank you, Iris. I just hope I'm not too late. Whoa.
Good afternoon, CO458.
See, you're back from processing.
Dr. Deidre? You came!
You sound surprised. I promised you I'd visit, didn't I? Yeah, but... It's been a really long week. I kind of wonder if you've forgotten. Never. What's this on the floor? Oh, it's just a puzzle piece. Shira was working on it. Finishing it when I was gone. And when I was reeled back in, it got trampled on. Sure, wasn't happy about that. I can imagine. There's some snacks from outside. Promise they taste nothing like script. Who knew they made food so colorful and tasty? Glad I picked out something good. So, what have you been up to since processing? Just resting? Well, I'm trying. Shirai keeps bringing me classwork. Thought I didn't have to study anymore. That's very rude of them. I'm sorry, 458. You know, I've been thinking. You don't have to call me that. You can call me Painful. For the sake of the case, I really shouldn't. Did you break protocol for the gummies? Right. I'm sorry, Painful. Much better. Is having a proper name important for you? Indeed it is. It's a big deal for you too. Not just anyone gets to call me by my true name. Oh? Yeah. It's like I'm letting you use it. You and Shirai. No one else. You're my inner circle. You get to know my secret identity. Like a superhero, huh? Exactly like a superhero. Got it. I'll keep it hush-hush then. Have you been outside this room since processing? No. When I said I was bedridden earlier, I wasn't exaggerating. Thanks. You always get the right word for me. But yeah, being bedridden, it's really starting to bug me. It's like I've got a house cold. Pfft, you mean cabin fever? Whatever. They're the same thing anyways. What happened during your processing? Well, it's kind of like getting my teeth cleaned. Like, one moment I was laying on this long, hard table. They got this big light over me. Kind of looked like a spider with a bunch of eyes and legs. The light was super bright underneath, and I was surrounded by all these doctors in white uniforms and masks. I was told to count down from 60, so I did. Then I fell asleep before I could finish. Then I woke up and... Oh my gosh. What? What happened? Was there something wrong with your legs? Wrong? No, nothing was wrong with them. But now they can give me better legs. You know, an upgrade. Better ones? Ones that let me run faster or jump higher. Like a real superhero, you know? Really, it's okay. If I just practice hard. I believe you, Pavel. You don't have to move. Please. You're very brave. Did you know that, Pavel? Of course I'm brave. Brave like a hero. Here, hide these under your pillow.
Make them count. I'll be back in a week. Promise.
See you again, Dr. Dediri. I can't be a part of this. No one should be a part of this. It's not enough to leave. The fact that anything like this could happen in a modern facility. Maybe it's always naive to think that one case study could fix stop. But if so, what then? What now? I'm absolutely appalled at the Youth Training and Development Initiative's decision to perform major amputation on trainee CO458. Improvements in synchronization rates are irrelevant. This technology was only ever intended for use in adults, save for rare exceptions. The relatively static state of an adult body allows for easier construction of prosthetics. Only a mentally mature individual can reasonably be expected to endure the inevitable side effects of cybernetic implantation. Let me be clear, rejection symptoms are not a risk, they are an inevitability. For all the advancements in biotech over the past few decades, there have not been enough to stop the body from revolting against artificial neurons when they are stitched to its muscles, from realizing that the hunk of polyurethane silicone in its skull is not part of its gray matter. Medication can suppress the body's immune response, stave off seizures, but it is a patch, not a long-term solution. Despite these facts, 458 was approved for a full transdermal amputation and implant preparation procedure. I cannot conceive of a scenario that justifies the removal of two completely healthy limbs from a young child. The fact remains that 458's quality of life has been significantly impacted for no reason beyond the YTDI's goals. This is the level to which the YTDI is allowed to conduct itself. It is clear to me that STOP has become little better than the organizations it once worked to quash. There's no theoretical threat or future crime that justifies what I witnessed. If this is what my research is not supporting, then I'd rather have not pursued it in the first place. Like the Dairy Strange. They took his legs. As if stripping him of his name was enough, they ripped off his legs. They ripped off the legs of his body. Why? Can't think of any good reason for this. Pavel, sunlight that he is, said that they plan to give him better ones. He even tried to prove it in spite of the pain. The worst part is, it's not over. He hasn't graduated yet. Last time I tried to visit him, he'd been taken back in for further processing. I had to find out from Shirai of all people. The guards barely seemed to care. Asking about his ass was like asking about the garbage being taken out the day earlier. Someone else did the work, so they didn't need to know. They said all this while looking at me with that expression that they always wore on duty. One of malice, superiority, contempt. Funny how they press the kids to be smilingly obedient, while the adults look like bored children. When I entered their room, I noticed a distant coldness in the air. Shiraya looked awful. Had she been eating properly? She seemed so frail. If she was taken to the operating table now, her chances of survival... I have to leave STOP. And the YTDI has to go with me. I don't want any of this, to be my legacy. As if. What's an academic supposed to do against an intergovernmental organization with unlimited resources and an ever-growing supply of cybernetic muscle? Maybe I can follow Iris's example. This case study will be my indictment of STOP. My voice should still carry enough importance to damn it on the way out the door. But if I try to make an impact with my exit instead of leaving quietly, what'll happen next? I said anything about those kids, the cages the kids were kept in, the courts will bury me. I'll have to hope that STOP doesn't single me out extrajudicially. If they do, I'll have to kiss my future academic opportunities goodbye. But so what? You can't expect me to keep quiet after everything I've seen. That one conversation with Angie still makes my blood boil. We were observing a physical education class. The kids were told to run laps to the point of exhaustion. Knowing the YTDI, they probably were forced to run past that point for research purposes. While the teachers were tending over to them, Angie leaned over and whispered to me, "Look at how strong they're growing. Healthy and smart and tough as nails. Isn't it incredible?" Then she looked back at the back ranks and sorrowed. But there are still stragglers. Gotta iron out all the kinks eventually. After she said that, she turned back to me. You know, the squadron were enrolled in public school. Some PSE teacher would have been coddling them by now. None of them would have ever known how much they could achieve with just a little more pressure, just one more push, or someone who knows how much they can take. Back at school, I knew this kid, born with a hole in their heart. Maybe some large ASD. They had it rough, but they persevered, didn't pity themselves, had pride. The teachers insisted on coddling them, waited on them hand and foot, carrying their books, giving them extra exam time, letting them skip phys ed. The adults around them let them condition define their lives. By the time we graduated, I barely recognized them. Ended up more ghost than person. If I knew then what I know now, I wouldn't let them fail themselves like that. Do you think we're still friends? Speaking to her less and less. And now she's basically talking to herself. And I hate seeing her inner ugliness rear its head. As soon as Pavel's healthy enough to graduate, I'll make my move. But I'm not leaving stop without him. I've got my 2 weeks notice lined up with Pavel's estimated graduation. When he's out of the system, I'm taking him and leaving. Smartest thing you said in a while. You have any concerns? It's possible they won't let him graduate. Promises for services rendered don't mean much to people who mutilate children. My case study is as half as explosive as I'm hoping it to be. It's not the kind of thing that Stop will let circulate for long. There's plenty of people out there willing to listen to you. And after I slander an internationally beloved crime-fighting organization, we don't have friends in PR alleys in the media. It'd be easy to paint me as another disgruntled former employee, disappointed with a lack of direction in her career and looking for a book deal. Sorry, D. Wish I could tell you that won't happen. But even if things do go to on your end, allow me to give you a silver lining. When Pavel gets out, and he will, you can bring him here. Iris. Once upon a time, it was a garage. Then it was an unrealized research lab with some living quarters. Now it's yours. And it's no 5-star hotel per se, but it's not too bad for this time of year. There's even a river nearby. I don't know what to say. You're just giving that to me? What did you expect? I'm a wealthy woman with very few hobbies. Would have ended up renting it out if I even remembered it was out there. Much better for you two to get some use of it. Thank you, Iris. I really mean it. I already owe you so much. Hey, the place isn't that big. That in mind. Better. I don't want to hear any complaints about being cramped down the line. Stay safe, Dave. I'll try. Whoa, this doesn't have a date. Oh, so I'm about to go down. Oh, there it is. It's all freaking static and evil looking. I don't like the sound it is. Whoa, D. There's a fire drill going on? What? Oh, no, I was just looking for Pavel. I can't find him anywhere. Pavel? Who's... Oh. 458. Well, that's okay. I'm certain he's around here somewhere. I mean, it's very safe here. It's not like he could have just wandered off. Of course not. And yes, it is very safe here. I just, What? I'm not convinced that any of this is necessary. Talking about processing? For starters, the post op is never gonna look pretty. You know that. You've seen it thousands of times. On soldiers, volunteers, adults. You didn't see the places we pulled these kids out of. Filthy, overcrowded, underfunded. This facility is very clean and well funded. That doesn't make it right. Whatever your justifications are, I'm not sure I appreciate your tone. We've been nothing but transparent with you from the beginning. We've given you access to our building, our resources, even our subjects. I had to fight for you, you know. Then why was I notified about Payful's processing? Maybe you weren't on the right mailing list. There's no conspiracies here, D. You of all people had to have known exactly what the initiative's goals are. Angie, look, I'm not in the mood to argue medical ethics with you in the goddamn hallway. 458's in recovery. He's fine. What? How? This isn't some back alley surgeon for hire operation. We know what we're doing. Do you?
Awful? Are you?
What happened? Oh god. Your head. Your hair. Your eye. It's... What happened?
Dr. Deidre?
What happened? Yo, I'm scared. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually really scared. Payful, wait. I've got you. Just stay right there. Bro, I'm so scared. Has anybody been here to take care of you? Oh. Well... I think so. Shira's been here at night a few times. Hasn't said much though. I pretend to be asleep because I think she might be scared of me now. She's probably worried about you. I'll go talk to her, okay? Okay. I really don't want to upset her. You don't have to worry about upsetting anyone, okay? You haven't done anything wrong. How are you feeling? I don't know. Tired and weird. It's alright. I'm scared. My graduation is soon and I'm scared. I don't know what's gonna happen. What else do to me? Just close your eyes for me, okay? Pavel? He's asleep. There. They're gonna tear him apart. Rearrange him again and again. Not just him. All the other trainees here. All the other children yet to come. Over and over and over. And for what? This is my fault. My research laid the foundation for this. My reputation funded this. I let this happen. I did this. There has to be something I can do. No, I have to do something more than writing words on a damn page. That's it. I'll break him out. prevent him from graduating, and burn this program down to the ground as we leave. At this point, this isn't even a call for justice. It's just plain cause and effect. Oh my gosh, it's freaking dark in here now. Met with 458 today. Engaged in normal conversation and activities with the subject. 458 became tired shortly into the session, so the visit was cut short out after about an hour. 458's temperature and blood pressure appeared to be higher than normal levels during the visit, recommending an increase in immunosuppressant dosage. Recovery otherwise appears to be on pace with expected timeline. Dr. D. Strange. I'm going to destroy my life's work. They'll have to update the test books. A small footnote at the bottom of the page or on the back of the index. Dr. Destrange went on to commit multiple terrorist acts. We in no shape or form approve of her, blah, 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 blah. Fine by me, as long as they leave my name in. Curious kid may search for that crazy lady's name on the internet. Find a case report written by her and give it a read. Better Puri who speaks the truth than a diligent researcher who can't stand to look at it. As I walk through the YTDI's halls, my stomach drops whenever I pass the spots I'll rig. Through the guards just stand around and glare at the kids. They're still combat-ready professionals. More than a match for little old me. If they ever catch on to my plans, they could drop me before I even entered the building. Funny. I haven't feared others being able to hear my thoughts since I was in college. I remember feeling guilty when I learned about thermal runaway and lithium batteries. When I realized how easily this knowledge could be reapplied, convinced there was something wrong with me. Maybe I was right back then. Compared to my usual work, making bombs is dead simple. I spend most of my time planning out how I'd space out the fertilizer purchases. Looking back on it, smuggling Pavel's snacks made for a fine trial run. I have surefire proof that the guards won't check me. So, why am I still so anxious? If it's not my legacy and it's not the process itself, am I afraid of what happened to Pavel after all this? I can hound some thanks to your Iris. I have money. I can cook. There's still so much I don't know about Pavel. How will I care for his medical needs? How will I educate him? Will freeing him doom him to a life in hiding? Shiraya, and the other children, every other poor soul that's been victimized by this program. Where would they go once I'm gone? Even if I could house them all, I wouldn't be free to leave. I would stop on their tail. I'd have just moved them from a spacious cell to a cramped one next to a river. Still, I'll never forgive myself if I left Pavel behind. My research led to him getting hurt. I won't let that happen again. I've done all the planning I can. For now, I think the eulogy to a life of service is in order. To my colleagues, the good ones, I hope you've been working from home. To the rest, you've got no right to complain about what comes next. To stop, this is war. Plant any more seeds, and I'll salt the earth. That's a fire line. I'm not gonna hold you. Do you think I'm doing the right thing? I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I just want to get Pavel out. Aren't you doing precisely that? Yes? But there's a growing list of asterisks. I can't save the other children. The numbers just don't work. And how does that make you feel? Like garbage? Where will they go? They know nothing about the real world. Kids are tougher than you think. Not tougher than stop. You'd be surprised. They'll adapt. That doesn't make me feel any better. I don't anything could right now. For the confession, I wanted all this. The recognition, the respect, the budget, the pay. You know, before I came to stop, I took 5 internships in one summer. Barely got my foot out the door before I added them to my CV and never looked back. And we all do. That's the game we play. I liked playing that game. I was good at it. There's a sizable, cowardly portion of me that doesn't want to give it up. And do you worry about Dr. Ten and the rest? Despite myself, yes. That's just the kind of person you are. In case we don't get the chance to reconnect for a while, let me say this. Every system falls apart eventually. It's entropy. Forest fires are natural and healthy. Stop is no exception. If people are horrified by your findings and your methods, it's for the best. They'll quit. They'll leave in droves. You have gotten them out of a dark hole. And if I hurt people, then you'll just have to make up for it. And the kids, they'll be strong. Even if their new lives aren't cushy or clean, they'll be lives that they chose for themselves. Again, that's not very reassuring. I know. Very little is right now. You have a lot to answer for, D. You're already a history maker. Miran, I'm sure you'll be making history in a good way. Try to remember that when you eat breakfast with Pavel. Then, is this goodbye? Has to be. But you'll be in my home. I'll be there in some way. In fact, the sheets might still smell like me. Iris, gross. Apologies, couldn't help myself. But you don't need me anymore. You'll do good. You always have. Thank you. Take care now. You are always my star pupil, D. I trust you'll remember me as your mentor and friend. Hopefully when you're retired and peacefully birdwatching. Goodbye. I'll miss you, Dr. Kai.
Hello, Pavel.
Oh. Good afternoon, Dr. Daedra.
Feeling alright? Me? Huh. It'll take a lot more than this to... It's okay. You can be honest. Did your graduate training not go well? It was scary. Scary and confusing. Could you tell me what happened? What the training was like? Well, they've been running tests on the chip they put in my head. When it turns on, it's like my brain squeezed in a box. Or a minecart. It can only go on the tracks. That does sound scary. Yeah. I had to do all these stupid reflex exercises. And after that, they made me solve math problems and other dumb stuff. All while they looked at me over their clipboards and data pads. So far, I've been doing good. I was doing everything they wanted, even when it felt weird. I felt like somebody was looking over my shoulder. Only that the shoulder wasn't there, and that somebody was me. Somebody else was moving my body. Speaking for me like it wasn't my body anymore. I was so scared. It was gross and strange and... Deep breaths, Pavel. I just couldn't take it anymore. I did something bad. I was upset. I couldn't help it. I couldn't... Pavel? Oh my god. I got you, Pavel. I got you. You're safe. I'm going to call emergency services right now. You'll be okay, I promise. Damn it. It's on this side. There's nothing in the way. I've got a set a timer for 5 minutes. I've done everything I can. Why isn't the emergency call button working? It worked for another trainee. I've seen it probably before. His teams always check it. Is there something wrong with his? No. No. No, 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 no. They wouldn't. They wouldn't dare. Dr. D?
Pavel? It's okay, Pavel. It's okay. I'm here.
You had a seizure. But you're safe, and I cleaned you up. It's okay.
Why? Why did they do this to me? Why? It hurts. They want to hurt me. They want to punish me, don't they? It's because I'm broken. That's why they want to fix me to be like the other kids. They can't stay in line, and I never will. They're gonna keep taking me apart until I break. Taking me apart piece by piece like this forever.
Ava, you have to calm down for me, alright? You're going to make yourself sick.
But
It'll be okay. It's over now. I'll make sure they won't hurt you anymore. I mean it. Okay. 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 I gave Pavel a glass of water to sip. His hands are shaking, so I hold the water for him. After that, I help him into bed. Tuck him in and wish him good night. Stroke the little amount of hair left on his head. I close the door behind me and walk out the room. The door behind me clicks shut. Don't have the words to describe what I just witnessed. But I don't need a 10-page paper to sum up what I feel. Disgust. Took away his medication. His medication. How in any world is that justifiable as punishment? He could have died. Pavel gets hammered down because he sticks out. Any kid would do the same. If he's suffering like this, there's no doubt other trainees are. I need to talk to Angie. Now. Can't believe she's overlooked this for so long. Before I leave for good, I need to look into her eyes and try to make her see. I find Angie at the bridge, gazing at the courtyard below. She looks just like she did the first day I came here. She hasn't changed at all. As I approach, she turns to give me an unreadable look. For a moment, I barely recognized her. For a moment, part of me wants to believe she's someone else entirely. I imagine you're here to talk about 458. I pause. That was unusually direct of her. What do you mean? It's 21st century, D. We got cameras in every room. I suddenly remember Shariah, gazing up at the corner of the room, her dark eyes wide with fear. You were watching the whole time? She blinks. So you saw how I called for help. You saw him go into seizure because he wasn't given his medication? We don't know that. A lot of trainees hate taking it. They'll put him under their tongue. That's bullshit, and you know it. These are your precious test subjects, involved in valuable troves of medical data. If you wanted to, you could get a doctor to any room in this building in seconds. What are you suggesting? It's not a suggestion. You're punishing him for what happened during his graduate training. There's a long silence. The tension in the air twists my stomach in knots. She's choosing her next words very carefully, tasting them in her mouth, rolling them around like a boiled sweet. Nostalgia laps at me for a moment, a warm pull at the back of my mind. She used to do this before her research presentations, worrying the inside of her cheek as she awaited my feedback. Maybe you're right. But does it matter, D? She doesn't look back. Excuse me? Does it matter? Does what happened to 458 matter that much? Once he passes graduate training, he's got a stable career set out ahead of him. Won't want food, housing, or guidance. Can't believe what I'm hearing. In exchange for his legs, his brain, his individuality? Individuality? What are you, a teenager? Everyone's gotta grow up sometime. I bite down on my tongue. As much as I want to, cursing her won't get me anywhere. What's happening isn't complicated, D. You've gotten too attached to your subject of research. You've lost sight of your objectivity. That's all. Happens to the best of us sometimes. Even you. She turned back to look at me, but she isn't seeing me. She's done talking. The feeling's mutual. Earlier in the day, I had printed out my case study. I had intended to go through it with a red pen. I had fed it to the shredder, page by page. Months of work, gone in moments. It was the best I felt in ages. In a matter of minutes, I'm going to burn down my entire career. Maybe it's fitting that the planning reminded me of how I designed my first cybernetic hand, linking each step to the next like Titanic phalanges. While I filed documents, I studied the blind spots in the security. I learned where patrols don't visit as often, where security cameras don't cover the whole room. Participated in fire drills to search for evacuation routes so that I could avoid them. Fighting back against YTDI's electronic security was almost easy. Seven rumbles and terrorists back in Stop's heyday had given me a healthy perspective on tech security. DNA signatures, like the one attached to our key cards, could be spoofed. Electric lock was useless once you cut the power. As I went through every step, I expected someone to stop me. A guard would catch me moving packages in a dark corner, or a lab tech who found the files I was taking as suspicious. No one noticed. No one else in the security room to inject a virus in their system. So the staff was doing inspection. They looked the other way. Maybe they live hand-to-mouth lives. Maybe they hate the YTDI as much as I do and want to see it burn to the ground. Whatever it is, I'm not interested in psychoanalyzing lower-level staff. I have one job and I tend to see it through. Getting to Pavel will be simple. I'll enter his room through the small door in the back. No one will suspect me. They'll think I'm conducting another checkup. Just another inane interview to pad out my case study. Escaping would be a much complicated task. Security cameras are disabled. Safety alarms rewired. Escape routes plotted. Things go pear-shaped. There's the pyrotechnics I set up ahead of time. Once I trigger the siren, I can't predict who or what will get in the way. My heart's pounding feverishly. My brain swirling with phases and countermeasures and backups. Painfully aware of every step and every breath I take. But because once I open the door, there's no going back. I still have a way out. It's behind to go back to my old life. Times will stop quickly. Retire quietly to existence with honors and accolades to my name. Bear my regret and rage in the back of a well-tended flower bed. If I don't open this door, Pavel will continue suffering. Might not survive graduation. Even if he does, he'll just become a nameless drone. Shell of a person marching through life, armed with clockwork thoughts and plastic smile. Can't abandon him. Not to that. Pavel? I'm gonna come closer, okay? Dr. D? Now listen to me very carefully. I want to give you something. Oh. Wait, is it another snack? It's better.
Awful. Do you want control?
Control over what? Your future. I've never really thought about my future. Would you like to? You can take your time. I understand that I'm asking. Yeah.
I do, Dr. Deidre. I want control.
And take this switch. Press this button. As soon as you do, you'll be free.
Let's go.
I take Pavel by the hand, gently guide him out of bed. His legs going past the piles of bottles. You need help, I ask quietly. I go out around the cover. The second's crucial. Baby's in pain. It's okay, Pavel responds. Victoria takes him smile for it, but he grins at me. What better way to get used to these legs than a prison break? Despite everything I've done. Between the pulses of the siren, I hear the hurried footsteps of staff and trainees rushing down the hallway. I take his hand and we walk through the door I came from. Neither of us look back. Back hall of the dormitory is empty. The alarm lights on the wall, blinking into red. As confused personnel jog past us on their way to the emergency stairwell. We walk at first. Try to keep my hammering heart under control as we round the hallway. Still too visible. Can't help but imagine the security officer at every door we pass. Security pays his hand tighter and he squeezes it back. His steps are shaky. It shouldn't be. These idiots at processing couldn't even be bothered to calibrate the mortars right. Very stable. In spite of everything he's been through, he's keeping pace with me. Closing door with a small blinking key reader beside it. Next to out of the dormitories. Past it, there may be operating facilities and engineering. Beyond that, the shipping and receiving bay. Further still, the garage door. Our way out. Normally this private facility would be swarming with initial personnel. The alarms were kept off and should have evacuated to the other side of the building. Takes everyone to push it. Suddenly my steps are faster. My heart beat louder. Before I knew it, I'm correct. It was just on the first step, and we nearly crashed into each other before he corrects himself. We run hand in hand. Push down there. Whoa. And the office an open. Hearing each other turns out without warning. It was not way to buckle. They crumble under him like wet paper. Then he comes sprawling. I felt the inside of the struggle to pull him up. What's happening? He answers. Eyes on his lights. Lights are still on. The battery hasn't run out. They're not responding to him. I'm trying to get close to his legs, but the cybernetic is swung. Every second I sit here, panicked and paralyzed, stomp close to us, squeeze my eyes shut. I could feel cold steel gun barrels in my back, cuffs, bindings, straitjackets, payroll ripped away from my arms, posed as defective goods or reprogrammed into an ideal product. I can't bear that thought. I reach to my laptop, pull out a second switch, and press it. The switch spread through the hall with a force unlike anything I've ever seen before. It teared through the shutter, blasting me with heat and debris, smoke and debris that nicks my cheek. I run right into it as more and more explosives go out throughout the facility, my hidden bombs going off like extrathermic dominoes. Burst of red and binding heat sears my right side, probably scathing shrapnel. I push through the pain, running as fast as I can. My ears ring, my muscles scream, my throat stings. All that there is heat and ash and pain, until, finally, we reach the light. I, wow, I can't believe I actually made it. Pavel, I think we're... Pavel? Oh god. Your arm, it's all... Damn.
Pavel, please. Speak to me.
He's lost a lot of limbs.
Blue.
What?
The sky. It's so blue.
I haven't seen it in so long.
You're hurting. Please don't push yourself. You're already bleeding so much.
But I'll live. I'm no longer there. I'm free now, aren't I?
Yes. Yes. You are.
Man, I don't even know what to say. That was a really good game. Not gonna lie. Did have me in the feels. But this is a really good game. There's another game in this series, I guess. I'll probably play that too. I'm gonna try to upload more on YouTube in general. I kind of just like forgot about it. So hopefully I'm gonna try to be a little bit more consistent with the two. But you know, for whoever decides to watch this, I hope you enjoyed me playing, me reading terribly. bonus content. Wait, hold on. What is the bonus content? Huh? Wait, what bonus content did I unlock? Extras. What's this? Is this it? This one. Okay. Protoviolence track. Yeah, I might play this next. Cause I actually really did like this game, for what it's worth. You know, cool story. Love the music. Great characters. A lot of reading though, but for what it's worth, it was worth it at the end. You know. Shout out these people though. They made a really good game though. What was the bonus content though? Was it just the extras? It probably was just the extras. But yeah. I forgot what I was gonna say. So I'm just gonna end it here.